Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 193 of the Red Force Podcast. My name's Untitled Chapter. Hey, Christian Salado.
I'm here, I'm always here. You know, the intro says
What are you going to say? What are you going to say?
Man, I don't want to reignite hot topics.
Hot topics.
But,
What's that?
how many episodes are we in?
194.
194.
Including
193.
episode 0, of course.
Including episode 0.
Yes.
So we're 7 weeks away from 200.
Correct.
We're going to start get the ball rolling.
2
A
months.
little special episode.
It may seem... See, this is the thing, right? We did episode 100. And then we did the anniversary show. Some 4 weeks later, or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
8 weeks later.
Sure.
Episode 200 is coming up.
It is?
And the 4th anniversary. Which will be what? 216, something like that?
Something like
The
that.
math. 212?
Yeah.
Sure, 212.
The 4th year of the show.
Yes. I'm sure the boys will come on.
Will the animation be ready? Has work started on Cancel's Chapter 3?
Cancels has not been started.
We're running out of time, my friend.
We're not running out of time.
We're running out of
Plenty of
time, my
time.
friend. Cancel's defeated Drutzpers
Recon.
The long awaited, the faded. Now, is this your chance to show your Dragon Ball-esque action?
Potentially.
Martial arts. Sakuga. In drawn form. Or in panel form, Eric, as they say.
The paneling.
Speaking of Sakuga, Eric, little announcement from the One Piece anime from Toei.
Okay.
Longland is getting, I don't know what it is yet. I think it's a special. They haven't really said. But they're gonna reanimate that episode.
One of the arcs we haven't done yet. There's only a couple.
And apparently, right? Apparently, the Sanji Zoro team up, animated by a legendary animator.
Okay.
By the person who did the Onigashima event episode.
All things explode.
Cubes.
Cubage, perhaps. Listen.
Sure.
Listen. When there's a break next, we have to do Zo.
We've done Zoro.
Have we done Zo?
Stop saying we've done Zoro.
Hawkins is next.
Hawkins has to go after Wano.
Or do we do long range? Because we haven't done that either.
Sure. Is that really an arc, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Is that really an arc? Now, we have done every arc except for that. But Eric, we're looking at a normal schedule these days. We are out of the pain.
Okay.
Alright? We're all suffering.
But where are we on the Oda train? Because I don't
It's the
remember
start
the
of the
start of the cycle.
Start of the cycle, 2 more chapters.
Okay.
Then break. So we're on a track. We're getting the hype. Alright? Now, Eric, famously, you have these tweets.
Follow
That
me on Twitter.
lie people are lie.
Follow me on Twitter.
And maybe that's what topic of the show is about.
Follow me on Twitter if you want to know what's up. Because the tweets go out of control.
Sure.
And many retweets, many likes, many discussions.
Spoilers for later on the show. Topic of the show, Power Creep and Eric Screed. Will he go on a Screed? Will he call people out for fraudulence?
Many people defeated.
Many people.
We'll talk about the Fable Katakuri fight again.
Sure.
Because that's where it all started.
You can even bring up Cracker. You can even bring up Doflamingo.
Katakuri is the catalyst
Okay.
for many frauds.
Okay.
And we'll get into it.
We'll get into the
Now
fraudulence.
subscribe to the show.
Like the channel.
Like the channel. Hit the bell.
Well, yeah, alright.
Apparently, YouTube's all about the bell these days.
I don't even, yeah, alright, but the bell doesn't have a number attached to it, Eric. Does the bell have a number attached
Apparently,
to it?
the algorithm.
Whatever, alright. Now, we do have a 100 rupee
Sure.
donation. Alright, that's a silver rupee in Legend of Zelda.
Yes.
Oh, that's a little trivia for you. Alright. He goes, "Hi, Eric and Christian, great work. Waiting for Cancelord's next issue.
Yeah.
Also, excited for the return of JoJo show. Thoughts on Part 9 being announced." I was about to say that, Eric.
Part 9 announced.
Part 9 confirmed and announced. Now, Araki could do whatever he wants, Eric, with this next part. But the general consensus is we're going on a hunt for this fruit that originated in Papua New Guinea, Eric. And where And what country owns Papua New Guinea, Eric?
Half of it.
Well, the non-insane half.
Australia.
Australia owns half of that land, Eric. It is a territory. Will there be an Australian JoJo? We might find out.
The last part.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where the ancient...
Now there are theories
maybe Uluru is where the meteor landed.
Maybe, Eric.
Maybe it is the meteor.
Maybe that's the origin of the rock humans.
Uluru.
Yeah. Maybe.
Ancient
lore. But Eric, people out there in the JoJo community saying we're going to get twin JoJos.
2?
Jolene and Giorno at the same time.
Where is this just speculation?
Speculation. Complete speculation.
Baseless speculation.
The JoJo community speculation.
Does Araki drop hints?
Not really.
You know what it was about.
Things connect.
Right.
Tangentially.
Okay.
But they're not necessarily a continuation. Mm-hmm. Alright? But people have theories out there, Eric. It most likely is the last part of JoJo. Araki is 60. No signs of slowing down, Eric.
No.
The man lives.
This will be 10 years.
The man lives.
He'll be 70 when this is over.
The man lives to create manga. That's what he does. That's what he lives for. He said that multiple times. He says, how can I complain? Of course I'm eternally youthful. I'm living the dream. And I'll work as long as I can to fulfill that dream. The Royal Road, Eric. Proved out this multiple times. Rocky an inspiration to many.
75 when part 9's over. So.
Part 8 took 10 years. He'll be 70.
Okay.
Oh man. Never ages. But anyway, we have a $270 Australian donation from Heavy Hime.
Alright.
We're up in the price, Eric.
20 cents.
$7.50, Eric.
$7.50.
My bad.
Okay. What's she saying?
She's saying, we're getting tech issues today, or is it just nasally voices today? It's always nasally.
Who knows?
It's always nasally voices.
Sure.
That's not. We've done. You know what it is by then. Now we are locally recording, so if the stream does go down, we'll continue, delete the stream, and upload the episode.
Yes.
So we do have backups in place. Now, will there be fraudulence? Will there be general interruptions? Sure. Alright. But get ready for the next chapter of Shadow Soul, Eric. You know why?
Why?
Staff skills. Oh, it's not going to do it? Oh, I'm going to do it.
I was about to say, if Oda's not going to give it to you, you're going to give it to yourself.
That's right. Staff skills are happening.
Are we watching Soul Calibur 6 footage?
Watching various YouTube tutorials, getting the movements right, getting the spins right. Very hard, Eric. Taking note of the hand positions, which side of the staff is spinning, where to do what to do, right? You want that. You know how video games, they just spin the staff around?
I don't care.
You know, there's no impact because they don't do the strikes of the staff. You know, the strikes, not just the spin. You gotta do the strikes properly. You gotta learn the strikes. Many techniques, Eric. Alright? Staff skills are on their way, coming in.
Sure.
Without further ado,
We got a chapter, Christian.
we actually have a chapter.
Crazy.
It's a miracle, alright? And let's get into that chapter right now. Chapter 10:22. The stars take the stage, Eric. Zolo and Sanji. Or some say Lanji. Alright? But we don't say that here. Alright? We don't say that here. What do you want to start? Because there's some saltiness abound. There's some questions. Oda hasn't answered them yet, so we should be fine. Alright? We're going to hold the line. Alright? Hold the line.
We'll discuss the potential threats.
Sure.
In.
But
we believe.
the narrator starts. So you know this is confirmed once the narrator says it.
Yes.
The Flying Six have been defeated.
Christian's still not buying it, apparently.
I have to buy it now.
Yeah.
The Jinbei one's the weirdest one to me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Who not really saying much. He's dropping a whole bunch
Just dropping law.
He's dropping law.
Spewing law.
Didn't come with any answers.
Sure.
Just being like, hey, you know Shanks? Hey, you know Nika? Yeah, okay, I'm done. I'm going to sleep now. Alright? The brick fist, too much for Who's Who, Eric. Bakari defeated. I don't think that's much. I think that was expected. Sasuke, yeah. I mean, it was just a fight. There was no real law there. There was no real thing there. So the weirdest one to me is Who's Who, for sure, because you know, unless CP0 gives us the answers in a roundabout way, you know what I mean? They might just come in there and be like, just explode out.
Could be coming to fucking King's Race as well.
Sure, there's ways to pick up the threads.
The fire no jutsu.
Yeah. And we got 15 minutes to the Flower Capital. Well, Momonosuke's holding up this Flower Capital. This Skull Dome. He's holding up Onigashima.
As everyone said.
As Luffy beats Kaido, and hopefully as Zoro and Sanji fit King and Queen until the dawn. And that's what it has to be, Eric.
There's a few options. We'll talk about it.
There's a few options. Now, what time do you reckon we're? I reckon we're at midnight.
Hard to say.
What time do you reckon we're? Because we got about how many hours we got till the dawn?
It's probably like 2 a.m.
So we got about 5. We got about 3 hours till the dawn.
Sure.
Luffy obviously has to beat Kaido at the dawn. So Momonosuke's holding this place up. No doubt.
Alright.
So
stage is being set for the final battle.
Yep.
It's almost time.
Yeah.
Hawkins still talking crazy shit. We'll get to that.
But first, Eric, Raizo versus Fukurokuju. Who gives a fuck?
Ear jutsu. Some kind of dough fruit going on here. What's going on here?
Why are we still here? Just
How'd you get in this dough fruit, Eric?
It's probably some body manipulation dough fruit. I doubt it's an ear
I
fruit.
imagine it's bullshit.
Sure.
I imagine it's bullshit. Anyway, you know, Raizo's like, oh, how can you serve Orochi? Fukurokuju's like, it doesn't matter who's the Shogun. My duty is to the Shogun. I will fight for the Shogun.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Right? You know.
Sure.
Man's got principles, Eric. Now that is principles. Is that what we call principles?
Yeah. Fukurokuju.
Is that what we call principles?
Yeah. Shout out to Jay. He does what's up.
Yeah.
Fukurokuju versus Raizo. Okay. Sure.
Next. Right?
Nekomamushi.
It's not a verb. We'll get to Nekomamushi.
Slap the shit out of Paris, bro.
Alright, we're going ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
Eric. We got Hawkins versus Killer. So, Hawkins is running out of dolls. Can Hawkins please do something?
Can't catch an L here.
He says his chances are getting slimmer and slimmer by the time. He says, you know, this last doll I have is your captain. Are you going to kill your captain? Well, these last couple dolls are your captain. Are you going to kill your captain? Fa. You know, villain shit. Kid gets a hole in him while fighting Big Mom.
Problem.
It's a problem for Kid. Now, there are theories out there that Killer slashes off Hawkins' arm. Kid doesn't have an arm, so the damage is not transferred.
Sure.
You know, that's the leading theory.
Yeah.
Of
I
how
can
he
see it.
wins.
I can see that happening.
Alright? But, you know, will Hawkins join the Alliance and give us that God card? Or will the God card never be used?
It'd be strange if it wasn't.
Never be used.
Potentially.
Just sits there, never be used. It's crazy. Alright? Or maybe, Eric, is the key. Maybe it's the key to all this confusion. Because maybe Hawkins used it off screen on Zoro and Sanji.
Perhaps.
Maybe this is the answer
Okay.
that we're looking for. Maybe he doesn't use it on Luffy, he uses it on Zoro and Sanji. And that's how we get this done. Alright? Maybe there are some roundabout options.
Mastermind played by Hawkins.
Sure. But, you know, we'll get to it. Alright? On the main floor, we have King and Queen. They're rampaging. Sanji on the ground, complaining that 2 of them is too much for him. Yeah.
Obviously.
Why do people take this as a feat? He's on the floor.
1 should be too much for him.
1 is too much for him. Alright? But, you know, here we are. But, Sanji on the floor, why is this a W?
You got kicked in the
He's
head.
not holding him off.
He's not Marco.
No, he's the king and queen are rampaging through the alliance.
Yeah.
Sanji on the ground. This is not a W. This is an L.
Mm-hmm. You heard it here first.
Now, do I blame Sanji? No, I don't.
It's a hard feat.
Because I have realistic expectations of Sanji.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect Sanji to be able to tango with both king and queen at the same time.
Wild.
Ridiculous, right? So, fair enough for Sanji. Alright, he's trying his best. That's too much for him. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with that, alright? King goes to find Zoro. He doesn't want him healed. He heard or saw them give him some drug, and he's like, we gotta get him. Right? Sanji
don't heal Zolo.
No, Zolo, he's sweating already. And that's Zolo. He's sweating.
Sweaty.
Alright? Perospero is salty about Sanji fucking up the wedding, and now they have to ally themselves with these savages. We could have just got that German tech. We could have got Pirate King status.
Fine. Everything would have been fine.
If Sanji just shut his mouth.
Shut the fuck up.
You know? Now he has to ally himself with these savages. See, Perospero is a man of high class, a man of leisure.
Yes.
Alright? He doesn't want to get his hands dirty.
A man of fighter things, Christian.
Sure, he doesn't want to get his hands dirty with the savages or the beast pirates. So Perospero very upset. Neko and Ruji comes in there and just slaps shit out of him and sends him flying.
This will be quick.
Is this the end of Perospero?
Nigga should fuck up Perospero.
I mean, he got the jump on him.
Yeah.
Hit him
Shout out
pretty
to
hard.
this sequence. You can really feel that slap.
Devastating.
Yes.
Now, the candy armor, Eric, very tough.
Of course, how can we forget?
Can't forget the candy armor.
Cannot forget.
So,
I'm sure there'll be various torn things about
Pedro, you know.
Sure.
Perospero loves the salt.
Loves rubbing it in.
Loves rubbing it in. We know Perospero. He's a good villain, you know. He plays his role.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. King appears in front of Zoro, and he's gonna blast him with some fire. Marco comes in there and blocks the attack. Marco tells us that King is erased from the red line, and that he can control fire. There you go, Eric. Very interesting. Is Oda going somewhere with this? We have talked about, in theories, multiple times about the race at the top of the red line. Because the red line is the biggest landmass in the One Piece verse.
Yes.
Now, people out there saying, like, the Celestial Dragons eradicated everything with the red line because, you know, they're the only ones who should live at the top of the world, all that kind of shit. But this brings up multiple questions about a race from the red line, meaning the red line has been there
for a long time.
Maybe even
forever.
Before the voice entry.
Yeah.
So this might throw through theories, a shambles,
the all blue theory.
You know.
Like the red line was constructed.
Sure. It might throw a few holes in the theories.
I feel like that shit is so obvious that that's not what's gonna happen.
Yeah, now that there's like native inhabitants to the red line. Because before everyone just assumed it was like a barren wasteland with like nothing could grow on it.
Maybe the ancient kingdom was on top of the red line, they were banished into the seas.
Sure.
That kind of thing.
We know that
was Nika a part of the firebending race?
We know that Germa was allowed to climb the red line. Like I don't think is there a problem with people climbing the red line? Did the world government have a problem with that?
We assumed there were people on top of there. It's a huge mass.
I mean, it was a big question about the red line. Now kind of answered, you know, more mysteries, but we got a little bit of an answer about the red line. So that's good. King's race. You know, why does he still wear the mask?
Is he Gin?
Is he Gin? Alright. Was he burnt by the flames that he now controls, Eric?
Maybe.
You know, that edgy shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, that kid shit.
Perhaps.
Alright.
Soundboard's back, ladies.
The soundboard's back. Alright. So, Marco blocks the attack. Then Marco memes that he's done. Now, this is a meme. He kind of just like shrugs his shoulders. He's not on the floor.
He's holding his glasses like an anime man.
Yeah, he's memeing. He's doing the anime glasses.
Now time for the
stars to take the stage. Do I believe Marco is down? No, because he's memeing.
Yeah. He's
not on the floor, huffing puffing.
These dudes need 10 minutes to recover, by the way.
Now, Marco definitely at his limits. Can't really do, can't really help that much. Surely he can come in with that flying knee, block some attacks,
Shoot a fireball.
shoot a fireball, play the support role.
No.
But Zoro and Sanji come in there with a dual attack, smacking around Queen, cutting up
Giri, mutton shot,
King,
hitting Queen.
hitting Queen.
Maybe some blood specks can be seen.
Blood specks you heavily be seen.
This is definitely a One Piece Treasure Cruise unit right here, Christian. That panel.
That panel. Now, people have
Hype, sure.
hype. You know, it's classic. It's classic, Eric. You can see it right now.
Obviously.
All-time classic.
Right.
We get Natoshi in there.
Sure.
Right, Sanji's leg. Sanji's leg just flipping around.
Made of rubber.
Yeah. You know, Zoro coming in there, flashing, spazzing out, doing onigiri.
People talk about they feel the hype, they want to see it. To me, Christian, they're not ready. They don't deserve it, and it rings hollow.
Now, Eric, Oda has tried to mitigate this with the power-ups. Enma. How could we forget? Enma has to be used to cut drywall. How could we forget?
The anime, shout out the anime.
Shout out anime.
Every time.
200% canon.
Yeah.
200% canon, everyone. Shout out the anime. But, you know, we've told you about this multiple times. Sora and Sanji fighting King and Queen solo doesn't really make sense, even with the power-ups. Maybe you can argue that Enma makes...
We'll talk about it in topic of the show.
You know, we'll talk about it in topic of the show, but it feels like we're missing a step. We're missing a fight between these fights. Like, Sanji could have fought someone on Hawkins Island. Zoro could have maybe done something in Zoro, I don't know, or, you know, done something earlier.
It could have been more impressive.
Sure. Alright. I mean, Zoro's went in against Kirishiro in the same arc.
Correct.
But Eric, that was before Enma.
Right.
So,
Sanji couldn't defeat Page 1. And he was supposed to do it quickly.
apparently Sanji clowned out Drake and Page 1. Incorrect. Because in the manga, Sanji goes to kick Drake, and Drake just looks at him and then smacks him with his tail. That's what happened in the manga, Eric. He didn't get knocked out. In the anime.
2 weeks ago. Maybe. I don't remember the timeline, Wano.
1 week, 2 weeks, yeah. So we got problems. Overall, this is a wrap-up, set-up chapter. We're wrapping up plot lines. We're setting up more plot
We're about
lines.
to get into the meat and potatoes.
The Zoro Sanji fight, and then the big boy...
We're looking forward to him.
The big boy Luffy fight.
Now, I demand other characters to get involved in these fights.
I think they will.
They cannot be one-on-ones.
Here's the thing. We're in a massive crowd. We're not isolated.
That's what I'm talking about. People are going to be mad.
You know, we're not isolated.
Shout out Braga. I was on Braga's channel.
Yeah.
Stream with the boys after the chapter dropped.
Mm.
People are going to be upset if it's not a solo fight between Sanji.
Oh, the ZKK people are upset that he's fighting King.
And if we want Zoro and Sanji on the rooftop again with all the Straw Hats, these men need to be taken out quickly.
That's not happening, Eric.
If they get taken out 15 minutes solo...
That's what I mean.
Ridiculous.
And then they go up to fight Kaido. Come on,
The Admiral level.
Zoro and Sanji have a good line here. You know, if we beat them here, we can see Luffy become the Pirate King. Oda's telling us
It's almost done.
we're almost done. Get ready. I said 5 years. The people meme the timeline.
Correct,
Yeah,
but
you
a
know.
dent in that this year.
But
In the
the
Olympics.
important part is Oda thinks there's 5 years left. So that's how much story he's written.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the important part. But chapter ratings, Eric. Did you feel the pace? Did you feel the action at least?
I'm going to give it a 7.
7 out of 10.
Maybe an 8.
I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. Now why 7 out of 10? It's confusing to me.
It's just that the Sanji stuff...
No, it's alright.
The final part kind of doesn't really hit me that hard because
Yeah, I know. But
they are not worthy.
well, let's talk about the other parts of the chapter. Fukuro Kuju and Riser. Give me Jack and...
It's novel. There's something novel about it.
Give me Jack and Inuarashi.
Is that really gonna happen? Like Inuyasha's gonna be Jack?
Yes.
Alright. Sure.
Where is Denjiro? No one knows. Give me
I'm sure
Big
he's in
Mom.
the crowd somewhere.
Give me Big Mom.
What about Momonosuke? What about Luffy?
Sure. We saw a little panel on Luffy.
What will the other Straw Hats be doing?
That's the biggest question, Eric. What are the other Straw Hats going to do?
Jinbei's close to the roof. Jinbei's like right next to the roof.
Sure. Alright.
If people remember the layout. Oh, they gave you a map. The map finally comes out.
I mean, the map... Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. There's been maps.
The map has been pulled out in quite detail.
Alright. So, we're coming close to the end. Quote unquote the end of Wano. You know, we've still got so many questions. So much shit to do. But the battle is wrapping up. We're getting to the Zoro Sanji. We're getting into the Luffy. You know, and then we're going to get, you know, Big Mom, all the ancillary fights.
All the big questions answered.
Sure.
The flashbacks. The situations.
Are we ever going to get a Rocks flashback?
Kaido has to get one.
It's such a win.
Easy W.
Easy W for Oda.
Whitebeard Origins. Kaido
Fucking
Origins.
crazy.
Rocks.
Fucking crazy.
Prime Guard.
How are we not going to get one? It's so it's easy for Oda.
Prime Guard, Prime
It's
Roger.
easy. It's selling volumes.
It's very easy.
Who knows?
Anyway.
Predictions next week. Are we going to get into the Zoro Sanji action? Tradition says yes.
Yes, I think so. I think so.
Will we get a Yamato update? Will we get a Big Mama update? Luffy update? Will Momonosuke convince Shinobu to transform him? All these questions. We'll find out. But anyway, on to How Strong is Shanks? How strong is Shanks? Every week. Come to you with the people. We come to you with a question, Eric. How strong is Shanks? And every week we answer. Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the good king. But there are people out there, Eric, who think Kato's the strongest.
Kato.
There are people out there that think Blackbeard's the strongest. Still needs that third devil fruit.
So they say.
So they say. Shiryu can erase himself from existence. Apparently.
Shout out Matt Boom, mate.
Shout out. There are people out there that think sweatiest man on the planet, Alkane, is the strongest, Eric. You know?
Oh, I know.
Can you guess what image I pulled for the Alkainu? Sweaty.
What is it?
Where is it, Eric? It's Alkainu in front of the Gorosei. Sweaty. Sweating.
Apparently he's a hard man, Christian.
Sweating.
Tough man. Scared to fight old men.
There are people out there. They think Mihawk's the strongest, Eric. Mihawk.
Doesn't even have Konkurasaki.
That's crazy. And worst of them all, Eric, the people out there that think I'm the strongest. Alright? Now, should I just take Dragon off the list? Alright? No one's picking up Dragon.
Yeah.
Alright? But Dragon's the strongest, Dragon's the God King.
Dragon fans dwindle every day. That's the Paul Reverie performance.
Sure. Everyone could bring 100% genuine factual information to the table, Eric.
Factual.
And this week's evidence is Sage is so strong that he does not need Enma to cut through drywall, Eric. Alright? He simply walks through it. He doesn't even need to lift a finger to get through drywall.
Correct.
Alright? Doesn't need Enma to get through drywall.
That anime's wild, man.
Shane's the strongest, Shane's the God King. Alright. Moving on top of the show. Eric's greed.
Now, every month or two, I check out a tweet
Spicy tweet.
A tweet that rings true.
Now, is it to inflame?
Some are, some
Is it
aren't.
to inflame the ZKK crowd only?
No, not specifically.
But they do come.
Yes, but it doesn't matter. They always blow up, you know.
Sure.
People start discussion points.
Mhm.
I like doing it.
Okay.
Gets people thinking, Christian.
Alright.
Throws a sparrow in the works. Here we are.
Now, people who've been watching the show for years know that we've been saying for so long, how the fuck is Sanji and Zoro gonna beat Commanders?
King and Queen, solo. Let's just run this back. Let's
just break this down for Sanji. We'll break it down for Sanji first.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, this is not a Zoro versus Sanji debate. This is just what the facts are.
Yeah.
Alright? That's not,
It's not much better for Zoro either.
and my biggest peeve is people saying, well, it happened in Ennius Lobby, and why don't you have a problem with that?
Hey man, it's like the magnitude's 100 times worse.
And just because something is bad and has happened before doesn't mean we don't call it out again.
Correct.
So it's a
The
non-argument.
gap wasn't that big.
It really wasn't. All right, we could break it down. We could get into it. All right, but start with Sanji. What do we see in Wano? All right, first, what do we see in the New World? Fishman Island. He kicks Wadatsumi, and basically that's about it. What else does he do? Nothing. Hell's
Water pressure.
Memories. 5,000 meters water pressure. Shadow King of Lightning.
Yeah. There's the, what the fuck is his name? The Kraken kicks that. That's the thing.
Alright, grill shot. Apparently lasers. According to King, laser beams.
Sure.
I just thought it was fire, but according to King, the grill shot is lasers.
Looks like fire to me.
Alright, but we move on to Punk Hazard. That gets clowned by Virgo. Breaks his leg with Virgo. Alright?
And then has a battle from the fuckers.
Now, I'll ask you a question.
Yes.
Have we seen Zoro ever use armor haki? Armor coating.
Zoro or Sanji?
Hardening. Sanji.
You asked me if Zoro's used it.
I said Sanji.
No.
Alright, fine, Sanji.
We have not seen
Sanji use
armor
armor hardening. Alright. We go to Dressrosa. Sanji clowned by Doflamingo. Absolutely clowned.
Sure.
Demolished. Would you agree?
Brutality. I would agree.
Destroyed.
Yes.
Absolute L. There's no realm of possibility we think Sanji could beat Doflamingo in that situation.
No.
Clowned.
Yeah.
Law had to save him. We all remember. We all remember Dressrosa.
Whole Cake Island.
Okay, Khan doesn't do shit.
Speed Blitz's oven.
Basically.
Which is supposed to be...
Oda's biggest mistake is not giving Sanji a fight in Hawkeye Island. If you beat someone like Oven, their power progression is there.
Oven and Daifuku shit is supposed to be around, like,
Flying 6th level. Alright? Which is where Sanji and Zoro should be. In the current progression. Alright? Sanji, Speed Blitz's Oven. It's an impressive feat, but Oven's fine. Oven gets back up, he's fine.
Yeah.
He takes the damage.
Gets run over.
Gets run over, he's fine. Alright? Absolute tank. We can't forget. Oven, absolute tank.
Yeah.
Sanji never gets a fight in Hawkeye Island. Questionable decision from Oda. I get that Oda wanted to show that Sanji's, the other side of Sanji.
A cook.
But, missed opportunity. Then we go to Wano. Go to Wano, Eric. Sanji pulls out the raid suit. Page 1, doing pretty well against Sanji here.
Supposed to dispatch page 1 quickly, does not.
Supposed to take out page 1 quickly, does not take out page 1. Now, it is off-screened. According to the anime, 0 damage.
Yeah, according to the anime.
According to the anime, 0 damage. Now, some people say anime 200% canon.
Like King of Lightning.
Like King of Lightning. Now, he has to take that on as it is. Drake kicks him in the face, nothing happens, gets slapped into the ground. That's about it. And then we go to Onigashima. Raid 2 tanking King's beak.
Defensive feat.
Alright.
Sure.
I'll accept it. Alright. And now we're here at Queen. You'll be noticing that we're missing one key element, Eric.
What's that?
A fight.
Yeah. You think so?
A fight to show us what Sanji's limit is, what he has, what he can do, and what the power-up means for him.
And we know what these commanders mean, because Luffy had to go through hell to beat them with help.
Let's run through Luffy's record.
Yeah.
New world record. Defeat Toby Jones. Okay,
Easily.
Easy win.
And Caesar.
Goes to Punk Hazard, easy win.
Clan Caesar. Sure.
Clan Caesar. There's no trouble there.
No.
Goes to Dressrosa. Doflamingo.
Big problem.
Big issue, Doflamingo.
Yeah. Gear 4.
Gear 4 comes out. Bodies him. Gear 4 powerful.
Right.
Beats.
Runs out of stamina, you know.
Yeah, we all know this. Needs help.
Law's right next to him.
Sure. Then we go to Zoro. Nothing really happens to Zoro. We're just hanging out. Well, then we go to Whole Cake Island, Eric, where we meet Mr. Cracker, third commander.
Cuts Luffy's Gear 4.
Cuts Luffy's Gear 4.
He has to go Gear 4 to break the armor.
Has to go Gear 4 to break the armor.
Queen's an ancient Zoan with tech. And Sanji's just kicking Queen willy-nilly.
According to this, Sanji's kicks are stronger than Gear 4 against Cracker. Now, we could say maybe Cracker has the most defensive feat in the verse.
Sure.
But from Kaido, cover, the top tiers. Bartolomeo, Kaido, Big Mom. One of the strongest defensive feats.
Yeah.
Cracker. But again, Big Mom's commanders look so much more impressive than Kaido's.
And that was a 2v1.
That was a 2v1. Nami was there. The homies were there. Nami was there softening the biscuits. Luffy was eating the biscuits. It all worked out for Luffy.
Nami was blocking Cracker.
The fight lasted, Eric, how long?
10 hours.
10 hours.
And the only way Luffy lasted as long is because he could eat.
And the only way Cracker lost was his own hubris.
Glass cannon.
Alright? His own hubris. He got angry. He got upset.
Charged Luffy.
Lost his cool. And got clowned.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why he won. Alright? Then we go. The Katakuri, Eric.
The Haki Bloom.
The Haki Bloom. 12-hour smackdown.
Help.
Breaks. All kinds of nonsense.
Learning future side on the fly. New form.
Snake Man.
And it was a draw.
Barely wins.
Barely wins.
And then we go to Zoro. And then we go to Wano.
Fights Kaido.
Kaido gets clowned. Fair enough.
Okay.
Trains. Gets to Rio.
Trains from a Rio Master.
Gets Rio. Goes to Onigashima. Fights Kaido again. Loses. Unlocks Conqueror's coding. Another power up.
I will remind you, he's doing the majority of the damage on the rooftop fight.
Sure. Alright. He loses that fight. Now he's going to go back up there and beat Kaido.
Now, do you see the difference between Sanji and Luffy?
There's a progression there.
There's fights. And
progression.
And progression and bloomage.
Sure.
You can see a clear path to
See
progression.
a clear path. Alright? Now we could do the same thing for Zoro, but we're being redundant.
You get the picture.
Alright? We're missing key elements. Alright? Now, Luffy took 12 hours to beat Cracker. How is Sanji in any world?
With Nami.
Well, let's not forget that.
Cracker Queen comparable.
Queen's supposed to be stronger.
Sure.
Second commander. How can we sit here and say Sanji can beat him in 15 minutes?
In an hour. In
2
2 hours.
On his own.
Solo.
Where's the progression?
Rated, I guess.
People underestimate the insane leap that commanders are. Just look at the progression Luffy had to go through.
Yeah.
Even look at the veterans in Whole Cake Island. Other than Daifuku, basically untouched.
Yeah.
They're massive threats.
This is what happened.
You know?
People thought the Katakuri fight broke the power scaling and they're dumb and don't understand the fight.
Yeah.
So they all lost faith. For 2 years we had people saying Luffy isn't first commander level, he's not stronger than Katakuri.
Sure.
For 2 years. People still saying it when we're in Onigashima.
To this day.
I don't know about that.
Some people to this day still think Luffy can't beat Katakuri.
Okay, but very few people think that.
Alright, fine, but there are people out there.
We're just willing to gift Sanji and Zoro these prestigious levels. With no
Now let's break down why this is not the same, or this is a much greater degree than Water 7.
Yes.
Let's actually break this down. Water 7, Luffy clowned by Bluno. We know this. In the mansion, right? Gets clowned by Bluno.
Pinned to the floor with the spikes or whatever.
Kicked through a window. Not actually knocked out, defeated, down bad.
Just pinned to the floor.
Sure, he gets kicked out of the window by Rob Lucci. Alright? Okay. Is he knocked out?
No.
Is he defeated? Not really. He could come back.
Sure.
Zoro clowned out by Kaku. But, let's not forget, Zoro didn't do shit. Zoro also got kicked out the window. And stuck in a chimney.
Both of them.
Sure. Now, Sanji and Zoro bring out new techniques and they win those fights. They had no idea what techniques they were using. They were learning those techniques. They got training on the train. To Enies Lobby, learning what Genpo is, what all those moves do, learning those things, building up strategies. Zoro beats T-Bone on the way to the train. They destroy the wave. Those things there. Alright? Also, what was the arc before Water 7? No?
Enies Lobby.
Before Water 7, no?
Sky Island.
Sky Island, Sky Pier. They had fights. They learned things.
They learned techniques.
They got stronger. So there's room there. There's room to give Oda the benefit of the doubt there.
Yes.
Here there's not. We already mapped out why. Now people say, doesn't matter. Power creep. But we have to call it out, Eric. We have to call it out.
It's just not satisfactory.
But people are just going to say Raytoon and Enma. But
What's a jump?
they're like doubling in strength, in my mind.
Maybe more.
We're saying, right now, Zoro and Sanji complete Doflamingo.
Let's just talk about Wano. Just Wano.
Poll. Right now, Eric.
Yeah. What am I doing?
Wano Sanji versus Doflamingo rematch.
Okay.
That's what I want.
I'll put it up.
Put it up.
Now, Christian.
And an image, and you have to put up an image,
Oh, there's probably a GIF.
a gif of Sanji getting clowned by Doflamingo.
Okay.
Put that out there.
I can do it.
I want to see that poll.
Now,
Right.
let me ask you this question. What the fuck was I gonna say? These, like, the progression is just cooked.
Unless, now it's not over, unless they get help.
Unless they get help, they should get help.
We say they should get help for the health of the story. And now let's look forward, Eric. Because if they beat King Quinn here in 15 minutes, how is Shiryu and whoever, Lafitte, Burgess, whoever Sanji fights, on the Blackbeard crew, how is that going to be interesting? How is that going to be tense? How is that going to be exciting? When they already have beaten commanders on their own in 15 minutes. How is that possible? How are we going to be excited for the next arc?
Luffy went
because they're not going to fight emperors.
We know the context of these commanders as well.
Yeah,
and theoretically, King Quinn is supposed to. They should be equal. Because we talk about this all the fucking time. The balance of the New World is a four-way stalemate between the emperors. Therefore, their crews have to be somewhat comparable.
Yes.
Katakuri is not 4 times stronger than King.
No, should be around even.
That would make Big Mom's crew
the best.
way out of whack.
Big
Mom would be the pirate queen.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Whatever she wants.
So
we knew it too. So this is the problem.
There's lore. There's build up.
It's a problem
of the entire New World.
Because listen. And people want to go, oh, these dumb power scalers, they ruin everything. It doesn't matter.
Power scaling is everything.
Power scaling is just as important as any other element, Christian.
Power scaling is 30% of a shonen manga.
It has to be like somewhat comparable. Otherwise, you're just like, all right, well, I guess in the final arc, Zoro will, for no reason, beat Blackbeard.
Yeah, because where does he go after King? There's nowhere to go for Zoro after King. Unless we're talking Admirals. I mean, the Fujitora matchup, sure, but that's end of series. What's next? Blackbeard's
But how do people forget Katakuri and Cracker? Are they good? And then Sanji,
yeah.
What's happening? Where did these leaves come from? At least we saw Luffy grow.
And here's
you can talk about the leaves with Conquerors and Lucian.
Now, people out there say, like, oh, Shiryu's way stronger than all the other first commanders. But
That's not supported by the canon of the
Exactly.
story. That's
And how do we
supported by
how do we even
you.
how do we even quantify that? How do we even quantify that?
Christian, what you want is a nice steady progression.
Because here's the thing we've been given. I'll tell you why. We can't really quantify that. Because we say first commander, we think the right hand man to the emperor. Correct?
Yes.
So Zoro fights another first commander. He's fighting someone in the same tier. Again. Now you could say theoretically Shiryu's way stronger, but how does Oda communicate that to the audience?
Maybe Shiryu's a more of a cerebral observation arc you fight for Zoro.
But Zoro doesn't learn shit during these fights. What's he gonna learn against King? There's no time for Zoro to learn anything against King.
Yeah.
At least he's gonna master Conqueror's coding against King. Is that the progression?
That's powerful.
And then how the fuck does Shiryu compete against Zoro?
He has to have Conqueror's coding.
Yes, have Conqueror's coding.
What's Mihawk got?
This is the problem. This is the issue.
The escalation level's a bit.
That's
out
what
of
I'm
whack
saying. The
at the moment.
escalation is working.
Now we believe in Oda here, Christian. We're not in the depths of the abyss at the moment.
saying
People have
if.
given up on
it's
the
gonna-
power. People have given up on the power structure.
There are free.
And they're just here
yeah.
for the fun.
Here's
They
the thing.
don't really think about
Here's
it.
the thing, Eric. There are free agents around the bout
Yeah.
that can help with these fights. Usopp, Nami, support, aerial things. Frankie. Sure, there are units around that can help.
Jinbei, Marco.
Marco's here. Sure. There are units around that can help.
Brook done nothing.
We're gonna get this job done quick, and I think Oda is trying to emphasize the speed.
Yes.
So Zoro and Sanji were like, we need help, we need to get this done quick before everything falls apart. So it's not over. But
We have faith here,
we
Christian.
have faith in Oda. Because otherwise
Because we see the restraint. It's not like we don't see the restraint.
the restraint with Luffy's crazy.
The restraint with Luffy, the restraint with Zoro on the rooftop.
Sure.
There's restraint. There's not going all out.
Now people are gonna say like,
That I know people want their 1v1s with Zoro and Sanji. It's not the time.
it's not the time.
It breaks things.
It's gonna
What-
ruin Blackbeard.
You gotta be patient.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
will get their one-on-one commander fights when the time is right. When they are ready.
Like people, you could justify like the power up for Enma and Haki Blooms or whatever, but what the main issue is the future,
Yeah.
is the progression of the characters.
Because I don't see Luffy pull 1v1 Kaido from the start.
No, it would be crazy. Because then what is Luffy doing against Black? Why is Black?
Luffy's crew is already out of control.
Eric, if Luffy 1v1'd Kaido from the start and won, why is Blackbeard exciting?
Yeah.
The shonen power progression needs to be kept in line, and that's the end of it. You could justify how it happened.
Now people complaining
What
about
happened?
Frankie and Robin. Not the same. Oven is nowhere like
The leap between veteran, whatever you want to call him, Flying Six,
the leap between who's who and King
is insane.
is enormous.
It's like, it's crazy.
It's enormous.
From what we've seen, we're not making this up. We've seen the commanders in action in Hawkeye Island. So, people are going to bring up, Zoro get the power up, Sanji get the power up, Haki Blooms. But the issue is the progression of how it's been structured. We haven't really seen Sanji go all that. We haven't really seen Zoro go all that. Kaido, all that kind of stuff, sure. But we're talking about before Wano, their actual limits before their power ups, all that kind of stuff. It's all out of whack. I just want Oda to rate it in, keep it grounded, and give us the progression that needs to happen.
The solo one-on-ones
For Blackbeard.
are for Blackbeard.
That's what needs to happen. Luffy's not even getting a 1v1 this arc. He's gone against Kaido, who's been fighting people all night.
Yeah.
So,
There was a 5v1 at some point. 5v2
Yeah.
at some point.
so
Laura Kid
yeah.
fighting Queen, fighting Big Mom.
Yeah. It's crazy. But anyway, we're moving on to the Thunderdome. We've talked about
Don't give up, people.
power scaling, and we'll talk about more power
Don't
scaling.
succumb, okay? What's the chat saying, Christian?
You know, we're right. Zoro's going to get a bloom, Haki Blooms, all that kind of stuff. The typical stuff that we've seen, we talked about.
Does Haki only bloom for Luffy?
Yes. Maybe Zoro. You could make the argument Zoro faster and shit. But anyway, it's a situation. But we'll get there.
We have faith.
We have faith. Now the Southern Dome from Dart. He comes at us with a very special event, Eric. Yosuke and Johnny versus the Meow Band Brothers. Now, the Meow Band Brothers have one gimmick, Eric.
What's that?
You didn't cut me because I'm thin. Right? That's what they really got. They kind of suck, Zoro clowns them. But Yosuke and Johnny kind of clowns. Right? But I'm the man who can beat Yosuke and Johnny. Alright? What's your gun instinct here? Who is the bigger clowns?
The Meow Brothers.
Meow Band Brothers? Or Yosuke and Johnny? Because Yosuke and Johnny have never done anything successful. They've never landed an attack.
They got fucked up Iron Body.
They've never done any damage to anyone.
What's his name? Iron Fist, Iron Body?
Iron Body.
Full Body.
Full body armor. Right? They got fucked. They've never done anything. They always lose. They never get a hit off.
Right. They're
clowns. Quote unquote bounty hunters. Who they bringing in? Questionable. Eric checking the poll, I assume. Any results on the poll? Scrolling through.
Dofu 52.
Yeah.
Sanji 48.
Alright. Any comments?
People saying that would mean one of Sanji equal gift for Luffy. Nah. Current base Sanji mid diff Dressrosa base Sanji. Current base Sanji mid diff Dressrosa Sanji.
See, we just proved the point.
See, when you put a character they like in front of them, then they're.
You should ask Margaret this question. See what he has to say.
You'll see the poll.
You'll see it. You won't engage.
Anyway. I just want to go with Yosuke and Johnny, Christian.
You want to give him the W.
Because they deserve the W. Zoro's henchmen.
Sure, do they deserve the W?
Zoro's henchmen versus a Sandman's henchman.
Kuro's henchmen. That's true. That is a factor.
And I will remind you, they're not even their right-hand man.
That's true. Django's the right-hand man.
Yeah.
I guess that logic's there.
Who's the right-hand man, Christian? Johnny? To Zoro?
I mean, it's kind of like a Beppo's crew. It's kind of like a fucking Law's crew. Right?
They're kind of buff. They kind of get buff in the cover story. We talked about this when they're fishing.
That's true. Can't forget about the cover story. Who's the right-hand man? I'm guessing Johnny's the right-hand man.
Sure.
Yasuko kind of just like...
Kind of there.
Yeah.
Kind of just repeats what Johnny says.
Yeah. Are they going to return, Eric?
Perhaps. We'll give it to Yosuke and Johnny.
Yosuke and Johnny.
They have scimitars. They swing them.
Well, they got machetes, Eric.
Sure.
Alright.
Machetes.
Alright. Now, moving on to the question corner. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of powers.
They are bounty hunters, Christian.
That's true.
Don't forget.
Alright. Congratulations, Yosuke and Johnny.
Questions.
Question corner, Eric. Now, I assume we're going to get a lot of power scaling questions.
Okay.
Alright, first question comes from Dimmy. Please rank the Straw Hats. Featured one so far. My ranking: Luffy, Zoro, Chopper, Robin, Sanji, Jinbei, Frankie, Brook, Nami, Usopp. Why is Chopper getting the sauce?
Because he slapped Queen. Blood came out. I'm assuming that's what he means.
Okay. Obviously, Luffy.
That's a fair list except for Chopper.
I'm gonna go Luffy, Zoro. Yeah. What's his Sanji done in... He blocked a King attack and in like a power scaling feat sense.
Jinbei is probably over Sanji at the moment, but that's going to last about one chapter.
Sure. I mean... So... Mate, Jinbei might have to with the rooftop, Eric.
Upgraded. You haven't turned Jinbei Luffy. Urskano, perhaps.
Insanity. But...
And Marco, maybe. Hold on.
Who knows? Who knows? Alright, so... Luffy, Zoro, probably Jinbei, then Sanji. Controversial people to come at us, but we're talking about the feats only right now.
This isn't necessarily a power scale.
We can't forget the Zolo did on the rooftop.
Can't forget that.
Can't forget that.
It's impressive.
Can't forget it. Alright? Sanji, probably then Robin, Frankie, Brooke, Nami, Chopper, Usopp.
Yes.
Alright, there you go. Alright? From Red Robin Podcast. Why do Zoro and Sanji make even bigger jumps in strength than their captain? Yeah, well, we talked about this.
This is the theory, Christian. This is my running theory.
Yeah.
The main character must do all the work, all the growth, all the training.
Sure.
The fans demand to see the receipts.
The receipts on...
They must
Luffy.
see them. And if there are no receipts, ask Paul.
Yeah.
But the raw characters, Christian, the secondary characters, just do what they want. No one cares. The
Yeah, we
Zoro
talked
fans
about,
are so desperate to justify their position on Zoro equal to Luffy that they're willing to accept anything.
Sure. From Mon... What do you guys thought of Todoroki and their strength? Only Who's Who and Ulti showed Haki. Yeah, we could get into it, like, Queen has not shown Haki yet, which is... Kaido has not shown armament. Like, regular armament Haki. Or hardening. He's shown Conqueror's coding. I mean, that's what he uses.
The Ragnaroku, devastating.
Sure. But where's the regular armament? Kind of absent in Wano, very strange. But yeah.
Flying Six, the Straw Hats pulled out new techniques. Frankie and the General. Robin, new technique.
Sure. We don't really know what it is. People saying awakening.
Black Maria,
kind of
well,
shit. Yeah.
fine.
Well, they're in that level.
Jinbei clowned.
Who's who?
Who?
But Jinbei...
Ulti doesn't count for Nami. And Page 1 got memed by Big Mom, so...
Yeah, so,
It's fair.
Yeah, there you go.
Frankie was in the General.
Yeah.
I think it's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
Of
Alright.
Flying Six.
From Jordan Lee. What were you... Would you say there is a chance of DBZ being better than Dragon Ball? IMO Dragon Ball Z is the best of the three because way more characters that matter, deep family moments, epic transformations, character development, and there's no character development in Dragon Ball. They just go back to their regular states. Not really. According to Super,
He realized that he's a bum 3 times, Christian.
yeah, but then he just goes back to what he does.
Yeah.
So it's that character development.
There's character development, then regression, then development again.
So the ego can
See,
be
Christian,
away.
if the character develops and then regresses, you can do the same thing again.
Toriyama.
There you go.
I mean,
What do you
can't
want?
forget that Super Saiyan evolved the shonen genre. Can't forget that, Eric.
He's good.
He's very good. Yeah, but I guess he's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From Heavy Hime. Will Killer beat Hawkins by taking his left arm? Yeah, the theory.
No, Heavy read that on Discord.
It's around everywhere.
Sure. Kind of mamey if Hawkins gets actually beaten.
Where's the gold card? You know.
Never really thought Hawkins would go down swinging, which is interesting.
Alright. From Dart. Has the series ever been negatively affected by too many waifus in a story?
No.
I think the answer is no. Right, the waifu...
I can't think of one.
No, it is coming down pretty hard now. The rain. Now, will the stream go out? Who knows? Hopefully not. Alright, but anyway. From Groudon. Do you know that 100% accurate spoilers for the chapter were available 2 weeks before it was released? Do we even find it strange how early the chapter leaks and arrives? Do you think somebody... Alright, this is how it works. For people that don't know. The magazines have to be printed, which means they get printed and stored in a warehouse. And then they get distributed across Japan.
To 7-Eleven.
Some people get it early.
Stores, of course.
So people steal the printed issues and then
Scan
them online, give it to the people. Now the reason why it was 2 weeks early is because it was a magazine break. So the magazines get printed
but not released.
but not released. So the the theft still happens, and it gets uploaded online, and that's how it happens.
Yes.
That's how the leaks happen. So there you go. There's a little educational thing for you right there. Right? From Slick. Since Who's Who is actually knocked out, what are your thoughts on him being definitively weaker than Ulti and probably even Sasaki? The Big Mom attack. How can we not forget?
Page 1.
Ulti got back up.
This is Congress coding.
From Jinbei.
What are we talking about? Who's who?
Why is Who's Who the weaker than Ulti?
Jinbei's...
People forget that Jinbei one-shot Moro and Marineford.
Yeah. Hey, man.
People forget that Jinbei blocked out Kaino. And took the Magma Fist. That's fine.
It wasn't fine.
He wasn't fine, still running around.
Yeah.
He wasn't Luffy.
Yeah.
People forget about how strong Jinbei is. Right? People forget. I wouldn't say that.
There were a few attacks on Who's Who. It wasn't just one attack.
Yeah. I think Jinbei copped the most damage out of all of them. Maybe Robin, maybe.
Yeah.
But Jinbei copped some damage though. So yeah, alright. From Dev. I don't understand why it's bad Zoro and Sanji are getting 1v1. After Frankie and Robin handled Flying Six members, it should have been clear that Zoro and Sanji could wash the Flying Six.
Different level of magnitudes.
We've talked about this. It's not the same. Stop acting like it's the same because it's not. Commanders are so much stronger, and the other Straw Hats.
The
Frankie
Flying Six
brought
are
out
a joke, really?
Well, Frankie brought out the Shogun, and Robin pulled out some crazy 10-second move
No.
that drained all the stamina. So I don't know what, you can talk about. Oh, Zoro's obviously commander level.
How do people forget the power that these commanders have?
It's ridiculous.
Like we didn't see it.
Yeah.
These are ridiculous characters.
Jack, the third commander of Kaido's crew,
Fought
Nekomamushi and Inarashi for 5 days. We're saying Sanji's stronger than both of them combined? That's all we're saying. We're saying Sanji's stronger than both of them combined right now, out of nowhere.
It's interesting.
This is the kind of crazy leap we're talking about, people.
The difference between Queen and a Who's Who?
It's massive.
Ridiculous.
Right? It's a full tier. That's what it is. Right? It's not the same. It's not being like it's the same, because you know it's not. Alright. We can't forget the law that Oda established.
It'd be like Whole Cake Island Luffy. It'd be like early one of Luffy vs. Southern.
Sure.
It would be like King versus Who's Who.
It'd be fucking crazy. But we can't, you can't forget the law Oda established earlier in the New World with Jack, with Katakuri, with Cracker. You can't forget it. Alright? And you gotta keep Oda to that standard. Can't just be like, well, obviously Zoro is this level. No, I don't accept it.
Just because Oda writes it on the page doesn't mean I have to accept
Exactly. It's a flaw with the it's a flaw with the story.
But no harm, no foul yet.
Not yet. Let's hope Oda pulls it out for it. Alright. From Tom. Zoro and Sanji are fighting commanders now. How does this change the way you foresee the clutch of the Blackbeard pirates? We've already talked about this extensively. It's going to be weird. It's going to be anticlimactic. There's not going to be a struggle because they've already been first commanders. And it's like, alright, we're doing this again. You can assume they're already going to stronger. So why is this a challenge? It's bad. It's not going to hold any weight. Don't do it. Unless we're not fighting Blackbeard. Unless we're just like, alright, let's go Raftel and just ignore Blackbeard.
Fight the animals.
Who knows, right? From Harvest and Berry. Without spoiling anyone, what are your overall opinions on Joe Jolien now that it's over? And where is this part ranking for you? Alright, Joe Jolien ended last week. Araki landed the plane, Eric. You know? Araki landed the plane. Now, are there law questions that need to be answered? Yes, but Araki never answers law questions. And people know this. Right? And people understand this. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I see...
Luffy's now at 37% and Wano Sanji's now at 63%.
Look at the state of this place, Eric. This is what we're saying. Alright? Now, where does it rank? See, Jojo It's a hard part to rank because it's very different. It's very small stakes, or, kind of relative small stakes, local environment, great characters. I have to think. I might have to reread it because it's so long. There's so many moving parts. There's so many characters. You really got to take it all in all at once.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So I'll marinate on it.
Okay.
And we'll get back to a ranking. All right? From what's this say? From Brycon. Who is more powerful? Reitu Zoro with 2 swords or Sanji with Enma? Sanji with Enma.
Enma. For sure, Enma.
The answer is always Enma.
Yes.
You give anyone Enma.
Give Luffy Enma.
Crazy, alright?
Can cut drywall even.
Crazy feat. From Slick. Which difficulty do you guys see the fights versus King Queen will be? Lose. Difficulty. They lose.
It has to be ultimate diff.
They lose.
Or, listen. They can't beat these guys in an hour mid-diff. We talked about the stakes and the threat level. It's not going to be a 1v1.
It cannot be 15 minutes.
It can't be a 1v1.
Do we expect Luffy right now to beat a first commander in 15 minutes? An absolute dismantling compared to the 12 hours.
What's the acceptable time?
An hour or two. Got to learn the matchup. Got to learn the skills. These are top tier fighters, Eric. They're not just clowns that can be one shot.
Yeah. I know.
15 minutes. It took Luffy 12 hours to beat Katakuri. Luffy right now can't beat a first commander in 15 minutes.
These are high level men.
These are top tier good dudes. You can't just fucking one shot them. You'd be damned with Conqueror's coding, but they've got moves.
The only acceptable answer, of course, is a 12-hour fight. With help.
Not gonna happen.
With help.
Sure.
And extreme diff.
Definitely.
That is the correct answer.
Yes.
For King and Queen.
And what will be vindicated? Because this fight, this is not ending in 15 minutes. There's no way. Momonosuke's not going to hold
It makes no sense if they beat him in under 4 hours solo. It's silly.
I mean, solo in general, but...
Yes.
Momonosuke's going to hold up the fucking...
It doesn't... I'm not that upset, because I know Oda's going to put in the teamwork. Because what else?
Oda has put in so many caveats on Luffy. There's no way he doesn't caveat the fuck out of this fight.
Sure.
There's no way he doesn't do it. Michael coming in for a block. Usopp coming in for a stun.
Usopp clogging up all the lasers or whatever.
Sure.
Blowing up Queen's tech. Interfering. Nami with Zeus.
There's no... Yeah. Come on, people. Please.
Radical beam.
Please. Let's be a little bit realistic here. Alright?
Sanji already flagged Frankie would be interested in the Queen tech.
Sure. Alright. Now, let's get into the next question, Eric. From Brashida Brown. Are people still holding on at hope that Kid injures or beats Big Mom? No one's holding on hope. For Kid.
Are they doing any damage?
No.
They just kind of stand around.
No, because you need Rio, Eric. I know this.
Yes.
Apparently Gamma Knife does nothing to Emperors.
Oh, great.
Alright.
We thought that would actually do something.
I thought that'd be a massive factor.
Kyrie can't.
Apparently not. So, there you go. From, where are we? From Bitcoin. No, did I answer the question?
What's the question?
Yes, I did. From Bitcoin. Unluckily, but it's possible for Shanks to come to Wano. At this point, I mean,
It's late.
For Farm
No,
Battle,
Admiral's even.
Luffy would be facing a 2v1, then Shanks comes in and fights them together.
Yeah,
Big Mom.
We've been talking about this for a long time.
I go left, I go right. Crazy. The hype levels explode. All kinds of things.
Conquerors, they do their own combo attack.
Yeah. Alright. From Sunday Lollipop. Was King's Race the old flame that was extinguished mentioned by the Gorosei? I mean, that's like a direct... I mean, I'm sure he was saying that in more of a metaphorical state.
Sure.
Not really a direct statement. But, you know, maybe. It's a possibility. There you go. From Comic Elite, Nami and Usopp tried to fight Jabra, but were instantly defeated. I don't know how they can help Sanji with Queen. Well, they're free. They're up and
They
about.
have range, they have Zeus, they have tech, they have tricks. Was he... People are just willing to throw Sanji and Zoro any caveat they want. But what about Nami? You don't like Nami and Usopp? You don't like Chopper? You don't like Frank? You don't like Robin?
No. Alright.
Only hype for Zoro and Sanji.
Yeah. Alright. From Sigma Kern. Why is Garp stronger than Akainu? I mean, that's a take. Oh man. Surely not.
Apparently he's gonna beat his ass in Marineford.
Sure.
With Sengoku. And stuff.
Sure. Alright, but I can't agree with that statement. From Christy. Is this why One Piece is the best? They got so many goats that aren't two better wings out there in any anime slash manga than Zoro and Sanji. People like Zoro and Sanji, you know?
I'd have played you like a damn fiddle.
100%. Also, what's with Australia calling the military into Sydney for COVID? Well, you know, it's a sad situation.
Australia is got issues
Alright.
with freedoms.
Apparently we don't know what it is, Eric. I feel like everyone's pissed off, but they can't be fucked doing anything about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's a sentiment.
Sure.
You know, the police are thugs, using all kinds of fucking bullshit. They really gonna go out there? Not really. Right? So there you go. That's the last question, Eric. A sad question. The last question. But Eric, guess what?
What?
We're gonna chapter of One Piece next week.
Crazy. Can we get some momentum?
I think we can. I think we can find some momentum
I'd like to see it.
and get into some action. Get to see some stuff going on, right? And that's the show, Eric.
Another week in the bag.
Another week in bag. Like, subscribe. We're almost at 4K. What does that get us? Nothing, but we're almost at 4K. We hope
you get this
enjoy
far.
it. If you get this far, why not?
Do all the things.
Do all things. We'll be back next week.
Changes the Go King.
Good night.